Taking a look at XCN, we can see that XCN has undergone a very large correction. So if we take our fib from the low up to the high, we can see that we're below the 382 retracement. And if we actually pull our fib to the all-time low, we're also below the 382 retracement. So one would make the case that as long as XCN is below 97, it is actually considered bearish. Now, if we pull our fib to this low here, you can see the 618 is coming up at 63, which would be our first or final area for a bounce point. And we can actually just zoom in and take a fib from this high down to the low. And we can see that the 0.5 from the previous fib is also on the 382 from the fib before that. So again, as long as we're below 95, XCN is bearish. And you can also see that the 382 from this new fib, I know there's a lot of lines, just give me 1 second. From this high to the low, you can see that the 382 retracement is also right on top of the very first 382 support. So in summary, we can actually delete this red line and we can make the case that as long as XCN is below 156, it's actually still considered bearish for move down to 64. However, you can see that even if we come up to the 236 at 11.8, it's also still bearish for move down to 64. And obviously, if we don't bounce and it just moves down to 64, then as I said earlier, you can see from this low to the high, the 618 retracement is your next support, which if we break through that, there's just going to be a free fall all the way back down to about 38. So we can only say that XCN is bullish, in my opinion, once it breaks back over the 382 retracement at 11 or 1560 rather. And once you get over 1560, a move back up to 25 would be in play. However, as long as we're below these prices, technically a new low is possible at 64, in my opinion.